on, what's it called? Wind Down Wednesdays with my baby boo. And several doggies. Greek chicken salad shooters. Hard to hold your hand. Sunshine, anytime. Rosé and a pork chili potato chimichurri. I wish zooming in made the volume louder.
I know that you love me now, the best I can. Do I can't believe there's no tricks up sleep. Success as I am, giving up unconditionally. Wedding rehearsal now. I'm so hungry. We got here 30 minutes before we had to be here, so we didn't get to eat yet. You're running up there. Little Amory. Show him how to do it, Amory. And this little check walking down with the pillow. Now for the fake brownie girl. Can you turn it up? I've never been who I wanted to be. I never felt completely free. No one ever had. sexy. Now I'm flying like an airplane. Now I'm riding on an open plane.
We're going to Q's Burgers. First thing, this is the day of the wedding before it starts. And when we came here for our anniversary, this place was delicious. And we couldn't wait to get back to Houston to come here again. I will show you this food.
The beef fajita breakfast, a clam with the gold rating.
This is the food. This is a breakfast croissant the size of the whole plate. It has sausage on it. It's a whole sausage patty. Oh, no, it's more than one sausage patty. And William got a half waffle, and that is a breakfast burrito, which is half the size of his oval plate.
That's a Morgan taco.
I was about to say Morgan taco. It's good. We had that last time we came. Last time we didn't know any better. And we got a breakfast taco and a breakfast croissant because we didn't realize they were so huge. So we were full the rest of the day. Now, it's time for me to eat. Bye.
Just a minute. If you guys have your drinks, you're more than welcome to bring them with you, and I will be here for you guys. So come on this way.
Can I record? Yeah, we're on the tour of Yellow Rose Distillery.
It's up in Tomball, Texas. So if you guys know where Tomball is, or if you want to look it up on your map, it is a dot, and I do mean a pinprick of a dot of a little town. It is completely bypassed right now. So if you blink, you will miss pretty much all of downtown, what was considered downtown back then. But our founders got started up in there, and they were thinking about what they were doing in their day jobs. And honestly, they didn't really like what they were seeing. They decided to take a big risk, and they formed this company, or this idea of a company. And so they went out and they divvied up some roles and took on some responsibilities. And lo and behold, they figured out as they were going how hard it was really going to be, because not a single one of them had a background in distillation. So that was always fun. Now, about the time they got started thinking this entire endeavor up, it was around the time when the beer scene was starting to explode. So you have a lot of brewers coming online. You also have a lot of distillers that are starting to apply for state licenses across the nation. Just give you guys an idea, just in the last little over a decade now, we've had upwards of almost 800 distilleries open up, which is amazing. Some of them are tied to brewers that are already doing some things. It's kind of a follow-on for some of them. They may try to do that. But for us, it was all about jumping straight to the end product, and that was Outlaw Bourbon. We ended up creating Outlaw because we weren't going to do it like nobody else, so therefore we figured we were renegades. We're in the great state of Texas. We might as well be a little rambunctious, so we called it Outlaw. Part of the process of becoming this company, though, we also got the name, the Yellow Rose. Yellow Rose of Texas. If you guys know anything about the Texas history, got a couple heads nodding. But you Oklahomans probably don't, and anybody else from Biloxi and whatnot, you know. Give you the short version of the Yellow Rose of Texas. Her name was Emily, and she's actually one of our icons now. It's one of our brands that we have. That you'll see. It looks a little bit like a rose, but it's also got the shape of her face in it. And the Yellow Rose of Texas, we call her Emily, but she did go by various different last names. So we don't really know for sure which one she really was partial to, because there was some tracking, and historians found that she went back up north after she'd been down here. But she'd come from the north, and she got to Morgan's Point. She was working there at Morgan's Hotel, and Morgan's Point was overrun by Santa Ana. So it's around this time when he just comes strolling through the southern part of what would soon be the nation of Texas. Well, she got caught up along with everybody else. He held them kind of hostage and pretty much captured them. But she was pretty enough to catch his eye. So sometime, as the story goes, at least the way I tell it, she distracted him during a siesta for about 18 minutes. Now you can really let your minds wander. And then allowed General Sam Houston to come rolling in, and thus the great nation of Texas was created. So the fun part about Texas history, too, is that as a nation, we existed for about 10 years. It's the reason why our Capitol building can be on parity with, and our flag also with, the United States flag. We're the only state that can do that right now. We also have a little bit of fun with the fact that we existed for the 10 years and assumed a lot of debt. Around $10 million, which doesn't sound like a whole lot in today's money. It's still a lot to me, but didn't sound like, or definitely a lot back then. And what ended up happening was we ended up selling off a whole chunk, or a very large portion, I should say, really, of what was then Texas. And Texas then covered half of New Mexico, half of Colorado, all the way up along the eastern side of the Rockies, up into Wyoming, on down through Kansas, on through Oklahoma, and then that's how we ended up with the straight lines of the state. So that's the little Texas history lesson for you guys. But we got lucky as a company. We found out that Yellow Rose Distilling was still available, and so we wanted this all to be about Texas. That also came through in our products, and also a lot of the things that we produce here. We try to make it as much about Texas as possible. Line. So it goes in and out, and if you think of it, it's just kind of breathing. It's going in and out of that. It's getting filtered. It's getting picking up flavors. That's where it gets its oakiness. You also pick up some hints of vanillas, some fruity flavors as well, and you do surprisingly pick up a lot of sweetness. Now, I typically have told everybody that we pretty much do it in white American oak. That is an industry kind of tradition. It is not necessary. We can use just about any type of oak. Really, it's whatever satisfies. Also, you can do different levels of char. We can't call it a scotch. We don't have peat. So if you wanted peatiness, we don't have that because we don't want to use Bayou City mud, you know, to create dark cherry. The dark cherry is, we call it dark cherry. Then they just got so many choices that it's crazy, but Total Wine is really good. The one we can have. All right, guys, so let's do this. Let's go out to the center for a game. So you guys want to go sit down on the big ass fan right there, right? I think they a lot of smooth tasting whiskeys out there. Now, blended whiskey. Does everybody know what a blend is in the United States? Yes, no? I'll tell you. Real easy. It's got a component of bourbon in it. And as it has that part of it, there is also what's called light whiskey added to the product. When you add light whiskey to a blended whiskey, that's where it kind of really gets its name. It's a blend of different types of whiskey. And light whiskey is just kind of what you try in the mason jar. It could be not aged, it could be lightly aged. Along the way though, the smoothness of it has become very popular. It's also been popular enough for us to get tired of the Canadians sending us blended whiskey, so we ship this back to them now, which is always a good thing to have going on. But if you want to come up and try this is going to be very smooth, very easy to drink. I'll give you a little hint of a fun drink to have. Anybody like a Long Island iced tea? Nice tall glasses. Well, you pack it full of ice, do this, you get it all set up the same way, except you just use this and pour to the top and you're done. You'll probably be done for the rest of the night too. Smaller batches and smaller barrels. Very limited run. We had premium number 1, is long since gone. We brought out premium number 2. Number 2, when it goes, it goes. It was about 4,000 bottles total. And it was a very, very popular seller last week. So grab them while you can. And actually, I got to put this up quick to get enough for you guys. It is got a lot of nice flavors in it. There you go, my favorite noise in the world. So come on up and give this a try. I think you'll enjoy it. And it has become my new favorite, sitting there on my bar. So.
Number 6. Pre-wedding. I got here with my husband, so of course I'm way too early for the actual wedding, but it'll start pretty soon.
Every moment that you smile. myself over to you now. I can stand in front of someone. Finally, I can be free.
Sickness and health, and forsaking all others, and keep you only unto him so long as you both shall live.
I will, I do,
Amen. Amen. Now, at this point, what I'd like you to do is join hands. So Derek, repeat after me. I, Derek, will take thee, Dia, to be my wedded wife, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better or for worse, for richer or for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish until death do us part, according to God's holy ordinance. Amen. Dia, I want you to repeat after me and say, I, Dia, take thee, Derek, to be my wedded husband,
I, Dia, take thee there to be my wedded husband,
to have and to hold from this day forward,
to have and to hold from this day forward,
for better or for worse,
for better or for worse,
for richer or for poorer,
for richer or for poorer,
in sickness and in health,
sickness or in health,
to love and to cherish until death do us part,
to love and to cherish until death do us part,
according to God's holy ordinance.
according to God's holy ordinance.
Amen.
At the reception, there's Mr. and Mrs. Johnson. I'm all right, y'all. I just sat down for doing the wobble. We're on our way home now. Congratulations, Derek and Dia. It was a beautiful wedding. You're a beautiful bride, Dia. I'm happy for you, Derek. Hope you have a happy, long life together. We'll see y'all back in Austin / Round Rock /